I said your name last night, but the silence begged me not to fight. So I kept my heart inside my hands and watched it break when no one stands. You left your words on every page, but none of them knew how to stay. I read between the lines too long, now I know where I don't belong. You were the poem I never finished, the truth I whispered and you diminished. All that we could be got lost in what we didn't say. I was the song you left unwritten, the love you feared but never given. And now I walk away with words I'll never get to say. Who remembers what we hid, each promise sealed and then unlit. I held my breath for one more sign, but you let go before the climb. I stayed through echoes, stayed through doubt, while you just waited to walk out. You found escape, I found the truth, but it was never meant for two. You were the poem I never finished, the truth I whispered and you diminished. All that we could be got lost in what we didn't say. I was the song you left unwritten, the love you feared but never given. And now I walk away with words I'll never get to say. Stayed and held me right, but this chapter ends with just my name, and nothing in your hands remains. You were the poem I never finished, the ghost inside a love diminished. We wrote in silence, line by line, but never crossed the final rhyme. I was the song you left unwritten, and still my heart remains forgiven. I'll let the story fade to gray and keep the tears I didn't say. Left unwritten when not Maybe in another life you would have stayed and held me right, but this chapter ends with just my name, and nothing in your hands remains. I was the song you left unwritten, and still my heart remains forgiven. I'll let the story fade to gray and keep the tears I didn't say. Ooh, left unwritten, but not unloved. You never heard the way I prayed when you were just a breath away. I traced your name on frosted glass, pretending time would never pass. You said love was something loud, but mine was whispered in the crowd. I held you close without a sound, while you kept chasing something proud. I loved you in the quiet, when no one ever knew, where silence said forever, and I gave it all to you. You looked for fire and thunder, but missed the gentle truth. I loved you in the quiet and lost myself in you. You needed noise to feel alive, while I was drowning deep inside. You kissed like storms, then disappeared, and left your echo in my tears. I was the calm, the steady light. You were the star that burned too bright. You couldn't hear the way I stayed when every word you spoke betrayed. I loved you in the quiet when no one ever knew, where silence said forever, and I gave it all to you. You looked for fire and thunder, but missed the gentle truth. I loved you in the quiet and lost myself in you. You never saw the way I broke behind the smiles I never spoke, and now the silence holds your name, but I don't cry the same. I loved you in the quiet with everything I had. You never heard it breaking when it hurt too much to ask. Now you're chasing voices, but they don't sound like me. I loved you in the quiet, and that's where I set you free. In the hush of morning light, I let go without a fight. You never know what I went through, but I loved you in the quiet, and I'll never love like that again. You said I'll call when I know what to say, but the phone stayed quiet every day. I waited with the hope too loud. In a world where you don't come around, I read our texts like holy lights, trying to find a reason why. But silence screamed, but you couldn't speak, and it tore the ground beneath my feet. When the silence answered you, I knew it answered me too. No more lies, no soft pretend, just the quiet truth in the end. You didn't say goodbye aloud, but your silence was too proud. So now I know it's true. You were gone when the silence answered you. I replayed your voice till the tape wore thin, hoping to feel you breathe again. But echoes don't replace the real, and ghosts don't care how I feel. The stars don't blink when hearts break slow, and time won't ask which way you'll go. But I still beg the midnight blue to give me one last piece of you. When the silence answered you, I knew it answered me too. No more lies, no soft pretend, just the quiet truth in the end. You didn't say goodbye aloud, but your silence was too proud. So now I know it's true. You were gone when the silence answered you. Maybe I deserve the final word, or maybe pain is what I earned. But it's the quiet that cuts deep, the things you never said to me. When the silence answered you, I finally heard the truth. It wasn't love, it wasn't fate, it was just too late. And I stood in that goodbye, now the tears flow with dry eyes. You didn't have to choose, silence already spoke for you. So I'll whisper to the waves tonight, let them carry what we couldn't write. You disappeared without a clue, and I stayed when the silence answered you. You walked away, suitcase in hand, like all we were meant nothing in the end. I stood frozen at the door, wishing you'd turn just once more. But your eyes said everything before your mouth could lie. And I was left with silence where our future used to lie. I'm still holding the goodbye you whispered in the rain, still replaying every tear like a song stuck in my brain. You let go so easily while I still bleed silently. You moved on with the sky, I'm still holding the goodbye, but that's still cold on your side. Your laugh still haunts the hall at night. I fold your shirt like it still means something more than memories. I beg the stars to bring you back, but wishes fade at dawn. And I'm left chasing shadows of someone long gone. I'm still holding the goodbye you whispered in the rain, still replaying every tear like a song stuck in my brain. You let go so easily while I still bleed silently. You moved on with the sky, I'm still holding the goodbye. Maybe love was never fair, maybe loss was always there, but I gave you all of me, you gave me just despair. I'm still holding the goodbye that shattered my whole sky, still breathing through the ache, still asking the empty why. You found peace in walking away, I found pain that wants to stay. You moved on, I can't deny, but I'm still holding the goodbye. And I'll keep holding till goodbye finally lets go of me. You said forever like a lullaby, then faded out without goodbye. I traced your voice in midnight rain, but found only shadows calling my name. I kept your words inside my chest, a melody that never rests. You left too soon, too fast, too cold, and now I'm dancing with the echo you sold. You left with your echo and I stayed with the sound of promises whispered, now buried underground. I held on to silence like it could bring you back, but every heartbeat just fades to black. You left with your echo, and all I have is that. You moved on like morning light, while I'm still lost in endless night. The songs we played still haunt my room, each note a wound I can't undo. I sing your name but it won't reply, just fades beneath the starless sky. You wrote the end and turned the page, while I'm still trapped inside this cage. You left with your echo and I stayed with the sound of promises whispered, now buried underground. I held on to silence like it could bring you back, but every heartbeat just fades to black. You left with your echo, and all I have is that. If love was a ghost, then you were mine, flickering like fire, then gone with time. But I still whisper to the air, pretending for a moment you're there. You left with your echo, I'm still chasing the tone of dreams that crumbled when you left me alone. I scream into silence but it won't scream back, just echoes of you in shades of black. You left with your echo, and I can't get back. her echo stays. We stood under flickering lights, your hands too cold, your smile too tight. You said we've reached the final page, but I was still inside the stage. You whispered maybe this is best, while I still wore your beating chest. You left me dancing with the dark, a love that only left a mark. I wanted more than goodbye, more than silence in your eyes. I needed reasons, I needed time. You gave me distance wrapped in lies. You turned and walked while I still tried. I wanted more than goodbye. You packed your words and closed the door. I begged for less pain, not more. I held on like it wasn't done. You slipped away like morning sun. Your shadow lingers in my sleep, in every promise you didn't keep. I screamed in thoughts I couldn't say. You faded like a film in gray. I wanted more than goodbye, more than silence in your eyes. I needed reasons, I needed time. You gave me distance wrapped in lies. You turned and walked while I still tried. I wanted more than goodbye. I won't chase your fading light, I won't beg to hold you tight. You left me broken, but I see I lost you long before you left me. I wanted more than goodbye, more than tears I had to hide. I needed closure, not this fight. You vanished like the morning tide. You said nothing, not even why. I wanted more than goodbye. Now I walk where we once stood, alone but free, and that feels good. I loved too much, but I survived. I wanted more, but I'm still alive. You said love fades, you said it's gone, but mine stayed long after you moved on. I kept your sweater, I wore your name, even when the silence grew like shame. You let go so easily, like we were just a memory. But every night I held on tight to pieces of you, a ghost in the light. I loved you longer than I ever said, held on in silence alone in my bed. You walked away while I stayed behind, still chasing dreams we left undefined. I loved you longer, longer than you'll ever know. I still recall your coffee smile, your voice like rain that stayed a while. But now it echoes soft and far, a wish on a faded shooting star. You made it look so effortless, while I'm still drowning in the mess of every song and every street that still remembers where we used to meet. I loved you longer than I ever said, held on in silence alone in my bed. You walked away while I stayed behind, still chasing dreams we left undefined. I loved you longer, longer than you'll ever know. And maybe someday you'll look back and see loved you endlessly, but by then I'll be long gone, a name in a song, a whisper at dawn. I loved you deeper than you ever guessed. Through all the heartbreak I gave my best. You found your freedom, I found my pain, but I'd do it all over again. I loved you longer than you'll ever know. Long after your goodbye, I loved you longer. You packed your words in a quiet sigh, left me drowning in the reasons why. No fight, no tears, just slipped away, a ghost in the light of yesterday. I kept my voice inside the storm, hoping silence might keep us warm. But nothing grows where love has died, only echoes we can't hide. And now there's only the silence after goodbye, the kind that lingers, the kind that cries. Your name still haunts the empty air, like you were here but never cared. I gave you all, you walked away, and left me with the words you wouldn't say. You used to trace my every scar, now I'm just space where your memories are. Your love was soft, then cold as stone. How did I end up loving alone? I kept pretending you still tried, but your eyes had already lied. We faded fast, then disappeared, like every vow we once held dear. And now there's only the silence after goodbye, the kind that lingers, the kind that cries. Your name still haunts the empty air, like you were here but never cared. I gave you all, you walked away, and left me with the words you wouldn't say. You used to trace my every scar, now I'm just space where your memories are. Your love was soft, then cold as stone. How did I end up loving alone? I gave you all, you walked away, and left me with the words you wouldn't say. I begged for moments, you let go, held on too tight to a broken home. You closed the door, I watched it close, still whispering things I'll never know. And now there's only the silence after goodbye, where love once lived and dreams would lie. I stood my ground, I faced the night, but lost the will to hold the light. You left me here in yesterday, with all the love you threw away. No more tears to dignify, just the silence after goodbye. To call me every night, told me I made the darkness light. But lately silence takes your place, and I no longer see your face. I tried to hold on, I tried to stay, but your heart had slowly slipped away. You looked at me but saw right through, like I was just someone you once knew. When I was enough, you held me tight. Said I was your only, your fire, your light. Now I'm a shadow of your love, fading fast, not strong enough. Tell me, was I ever truly loved, or only when I was enough? We built a world with whispered dreams. Now I wake up to empty scenes. You said we'd write 1,000 songs, but now I hum them all alone. I waited long for your return, but love can't grow where it won't burn. You kissed me like a distant friend, a chapter closed before the end. When I was enough, you held me tight. Said I was your only, your fire, your light. Now I'm a shadow of your love, fading fast, not strong enough. Tell me, was I ever truly loved, or only when I was enough? I gave you the best of me, but love was never guaranteed. You changed your mind, but not your name. Left me drowning in the blame. When I was enough, I felt so real. You made me believe I could heal. Now I just float where we once stood, torn between the if and should. Was I just a moment you touched, only when I was enough? I'll learn to be enough for me, and leave behind what couldn't be. I still sleep on my side of the bed. Though you're gone, your voice stays in my head. You said forever with a quiet tone, then vanished like a ghost I'd never known. Every mirror shows your smile, though it's been a painful while. I reach for you in midnight's glow, but you're just someone I used to know. You left with your echo, still ringing soft and low. A whisper in the wind I chase, a touch I'll never face. I gave you all I could show. Now I'm left with your echo. I wear your sweater in the rain, pretending warmth can mask the pain. You promised skies, you gave me night. You were my wrong that once felt right. Now the clock ticks loud and slow, in the silence we used to go. I walk the rooms like they still speak, but your goodbye was far too bleak. You left with your echo, still ringing soft and low. A whisper in the wind I chase, a touch I'll never face. I gave you all I could show. Now I'm left with your echo. I wear your sweater in the rain, pretending warmth can mask the pain. You were the song I couldn't write, the fire that burned without the light. You left, but parts of you remain in every soft September rain. You left with your echo, still ringing soft and low. A whisper in the wind I chase, a touch I'll never face. I gave you all I could show. Now I'm left with your echo. Maybe I'll forget your name, but the echo, it still sounds the same. Maybe I'll forget your name, but the echo, it still sounds the same. Ooh, 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 ooh. like the wind that fades at night. I whispered all my prayers to the stars that lost their light. I still wear your memory like a dress, stitched with hope and tenderness. But I still believe in love, even when the sky won't clear. I still believe in us, though your voice is just a tear. Time may take your shadow, but it can't steal my dreams of a heart that still believes. The photographs are fading, but I see your eyes in mine. And every song that finds me feels like fate's secret sign. Time may take your shadow, but it can't steal my dreams of a heart that still believes. Ooh, ooh. Photographs are fading, but I see your eyes in mine. And every song that finds me feels like fate's secret sign. I still feel you in the rain, dancing gently through the pain. Yes, I still believe in love, even when the world turns cold. I still believe in us, though your hand I'll never hold. Time may move without you, but my soul won't ever leave. A heart that still believes. The photographs are fading, even when the world turns cold. I still believe in us, though your voice is just a tear. Time may take your shadow, but it can't steal my dreams of a heart that still believes. Maybe we were meant to break, to learn how much a soul can take. But every crack in me still sings of you and all the love you bring. I still believe in love, though this silence softly grieves. I still believe in us, in the story no one sees. Even if forever was never ours to keep, I am still the heart that believes. And I'll be the heart that still believes. You smiled like it meant something real. I could tell by how you feel. You said we're fine, like it's a script, but your love's already slipped. I waited in the quiet nights for words that never came, and every touch just felt polite, no passion in your name. You said everything was fine, but you weren't. I say trying to fix what you wouldn't. I believe the lines you drew, but I was loving more than you. You said everything was fine, but you weren't. I held on while your heart let go, pretending not to know. You made me feel like I was wrong for holding on too long. You whispered with a hollow sound, like echoes in a hall. You kissed me but were breaking down. You built an unseen wall. You said everything was fine, but you weren't. I say trying to fix what you wouldn't. I believe the lines you drew, but I was loving more than you. You said everything was fine, but you weren't. And now I know pretending love is lonelier than letting go. The silence screams so loud at night, your heart left long ago. You said everything was fine, but you lied. And I kept dancing in your quiet goodbye. Now I'm done being blind. turn your back like the story's done. But I still stood there, facing the sun. No angry words, just empty space. Love left your eyes without a trace. You didn't ask me how I feel. You moved on like it's no big deal. But I stayed up through every night, trying to understand what wasn't right. And I knew deep in my soul the only way was letting go. Still I said goodbye, though it tore my heart in two. Still I walked away, even when I needed you. You were silent, I was loud, saying all the things I'm not allowed. Still I said goodbye, even though you never tried. I practiced lines I never say, in hopes you care enough to stay. But love should never beg or plead, so I gave you what you didn't need. You smiled like nothing broke apart, but I was bleeding from the start. Sometimes strong means letting go, even when it hurts you so. Still I said goodbye, though it tore my heart in two. Still I walked away, even when I needed you. You were silent, I was loud, saying all the things I'm not allowed. Oh, still I said goodbye, even though you never tried. The rain fell down, but I stood tall. A quiet end, no curtain call. You didn't love me, and that's why. Still I said goodbye. Still I said goodbye. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I practice lines I never say, in hopes you care enough to stay. But love should never beg or plead, so I gave you what you didn't need. You smiled like nothing broke apart, but I was bleeding from the start. Sometimes strong means letting go, even when it hurts you so. Still I said goodbye. My hands not holding tight. Ooh. Still I walked alone, fading softly into night. You just watched, didn't cry, but I knew it was time to fly. Still I said goodbye. You still said goodbye. I saw your smile in yesterday's sky, a fading light I still can't deny. We almost made it, almost tried, but timing's cruel and love passed us by. You held my hand like you meant forever, but forever was never ours to tether. I spoke in silence, you kissed in fear. Now all that's left is what's not here. We were almost, not quite. A fire dimmed before the night. All the dreams we built on air disappeared like they were never there. You were close but never mine. A love lost in between the lines. I replay scenes we never lived, the laughs, the tears we couldn't give. What we what we were and couldn't be. We met in a moment, too soon or too late. Crossed paths on a road shaped by fate. I watched you smile with someone else, while I kept my love on a distant shelf.
These broken glances, afraid to try. Hearts full of questions, never asked why. In another life, maybe we'd start, instead of drifting two worlds apart.
If time was kind, we'd still be near. Oh, I'd hold you close, erase the fear. No lonely nights, no silent cries, just you and me beneath the skies. But time, it wasn't on our side, and love just slipped between the tide. I picture your hand still touching mine, in a place where stars and hearts align. But wishes fall and stories end, and what is stays my oldest friend. Maybe love's not always fair, but I still feel you in the air. A memory I cannot rewind of us, if time had been more kind. If time was kind, you'd still be here. Oh, we danced through decades without fear. Oh, no missed hellos, no long goodbyes, just endless love and open skies. But all I have are dreams confined to what if time was kind. Dreams confined to what if time was kind. I stood in silence at the door. You left without a final war. No shattered glass, no last goodbye, just empty echoes in the sky. I memorized the way you breathed, but never saw the day you'd leave. Now I'm rehearsing words too late to someone who won't hesitate. And I wrote a million lines, but none could travel back in time. This is the goodbye I never said, the tear that never left my bed. Voice I silence just for peace, but pain I wrapped in sweet release. You're gone and I'm still here instead, with the goodbye I never said. I lit a candle every year for love that never reappeared, but ashes don't return as flame, and ghosts don't answer when your name. So I let your shadow fade from every plan I ever made. This is the goodbye I never said, the dreams I buried in my head, the touch I missed but won't regret, the heart you forget. I breathe, I stand, I rise instead with the goodbye I never said. With the goodbye I never said. Maybe love's not meant to stay if it teaches us to walk away. I'm stronger now, I feel the shift. Even silence can be a gift. So here's the goodbye I never said. I never said. I whisper it with grace instead. Grace instead. You were a storm I couldn't keep, but now I sing myself to sleep. And with each dawn I move ahead with the goodbye I never said. Said the stars would guide our way, but all I see are clouds today. You built a dream and let me fall, then walked away without a call. You promised love that wouldn't fade, but left me in the mess you made. I searched for signs, I begged for truth, but silence is the proof of you. And maybe I was blind to see that always wasn't meant for me. If you meant forever, why did you leave me in the dark? If we were together, why did I fall apart? You said our love was carved in stone, but now I face the night alone. If you meant forever, why does it feel like never? I wore your words like second skin, believed in us, believed you in. And now your echo fades away like dusk at the end of day. And maybe hearts just change with time, but mine still beats like it was mine. If you meant forever, why did you leave me in the dark? If we were together, why did I fall apart? You swore that we could rise above, but I was the only one in love. If you meant forever, why does it feel like never? Forever should have held me tight, now vanished in the morning light. You took the vows, you said the lies, but left me chasing broken signs. If you meant forever, why am I walking all alone? If we were together, why does it cut me to the bone? I gave you all, you gave me doubt. Now I'm the one who's finding out that you forever was just a word, a promise I no longer heard. If you meant forever, why does it feel like never? You meant forever, why does it feel like never? I found your sweater in a box I sealed last fall. The scent of you still lingers like you never left at all. I heard the words you wrote in ink that's fading fast, but every line still cuts like glass. The coffee's cold, the sun forgot to shine today. I'll play our song and let the melody replay. The silence screams where laughter used to start. You're gone, but not from my heart. You're the echo in my heart, still calling. Even when I'm standing tall, I'm falling. I try to move, but your shadow stays haunting me in quiet ways. I smile, I breathe, I try to restart, but you're the echo in my heart. I met someone who makes me feel the spring, but I still flinch when church bells ring. It's not his fault, it's just the way your ghost won't ever fade away. You're the echo in my heart, still calling. Even when I'm standing tall, I'm falling. I try to move, but your shadow stays haunting me in quiet ways. I laugh, I change, I play my part, but you're the echo in my heart. Time doesn't heal, it just teaches you to hide. I walk with strength, but you're still by my side. Not in the present, not in the past. You're the ache I thought wouldn't last. You're the echo in my heart, still singing. Every note, every pain you're bringing. I may forget the way you kiss, but not the days I still miss. You're gone and I've torn us apart, but you're the echo in my heart. You're the echo, still the echo of my heart. I wore your jacket down the street, pretending I still felt your heat. The echo of your last goodbye still haunts the corners of my sky. I smiled today, a little fake, but that's a win I had to take. My friends all ask if I'm okay. I nod and let them look away. I'm still me, without you. A little lost, a little bruised, but the stars don't stop their shine. Just 'cause the moon forgets to rise. You were a storm, I was the sea. Now I'm calm, finally free. I'm still me, without you. Their songs still play on late night drives, but I don't cry like I did 5 nights. There's silence now where chaos grew, and peace where I once waited for you. I'm still me, without you. A little softer, still pulling through. I learned to breathe with empty hands, to write my name on broken plans. You were a flame, I was the rain, and now I dance without the pain. I'm still me, without you. You were never mine to keep us, a lesson running deep. Now I trace my scars with pride. I survived the tears I tried to hide. I'm still me, without you. Stronger than I ever knew. I don't need a love that fades to feel the sun on better days. You were a dream, I was awake. Now I live for my own sake. I'm still me, without you. I'm just the shadows falling into night. I begged you with my silence, hoping you would see, but your back was turned before you left me. I found your sweater folded, the one I used to wear. Still smells like your cologne, still lingers in the air. I thought love was forever, I believed every word, but truth has a whisper I wish I never heard. Before I let me go, I cry your name once more. Pretend you might return like you did before. I fold onto the pieces even if they sting, 'cause healing doesn't come without remembering. I stare into the mirror, but she don't look like me. She's tired of pretending and try to believe. I write you all my questions in letters never sent, hoping one day my heart won't feel so bent. Before I let me go, I dream the way we dance, like the world would never steal our last chance. But stories don't always end with a spark, sometimes they just fade into the dark. Maybe I was loving someone who was gone, maybe I was strong for far too long, but I still wish you told me why you slipped away. It's the silence that makes it hard to stay. Before I let me go, I whisper one goodbye to the girl who thought she'd never cry. I'll learn to breathe without your name, but I won't forget who I became. Before I let me go, I'll remember